Hey folks, welcome back to DIY and That. I'm going to continue with our restoration of the Walker Turner Jigsaw. Apologize for taking so long to get this episode out. I've been doing a kitchen remodel project and I couldn't stop it where I was, so it's been 3 or 4 weeks since we did this, but I'm going to try to wrap this up in the next couple of weeks and get this out of the way because I got a bunch of other machines I need to restore. So let me show you where we're at right now. I had previously painted the back of the legs and some of the rust showed through a little bit, so I'll have to hit that with a second coat. So I decided to, the other parts of the main casting, I'm going to go ahead and put some primer on that. Hopefully I can show you this without spilling it all over the place. This is Rust-Oleum Rusty Metal Primer. They had non-rusty metal primer and they had rusty metal primer. This is not terribly rusty, but I thought I'd go with this rather than the non-rusty metal primer because why not? So I'm just going to prime this and make it part of the main casting, and we'll see if that helps prevent the bleed through of the surface rust on here onto the paint. So this is oil based, so make sure you have some mineral spirits or something lying about to clean the brushes. This particular casting does not have any precision ground surfaces on it, so I'm not too worried about getting paint in where it doesn't belong. When we paint the ends of the motor, the bells, we will be a little more careful with it. But for our purposes today, this doesn't require a lot of finesse. I just want to get it covered, try to prevent any drips if there are any. And that will be good enough for this for the time being. And we'll also do the base too. This is the arm obviously, but we will paint the base casting as well. So that is what I'm doing today. Get this ready for the finish coat. If we do get any paint any place where we don't want it, there's a boss over here, I don't know if you can see it, that there's a big rod that goes through the holes of the front end on. So we may just take some sandpaper and clean that off a little bit when we get to that point. For the most part, I'm not too worried, as I said, about getting paint where it doesn't belong right now. You can always clean it out later. If you do have to be careful to not paint something, just put some painter's tape around it or across it, and that will solve that problem. Let me see if I got all this. Must have spot down here. All right, that's good enough. Get the other casting and we'll paint that as well. Just sticking some boards underneath it to it doesn't stick to the workbench here, such as it is. When you're doing restoration work, you're going to go through a lot of gloves, so make sure you have good stock in hand. Basically, the only concern here, as I said earlier, is just to not let it drip. So you don't want to overdo the amount of paint on it. Just make sure everything is covered. And whenever you have to get into a crevice or corner like that, just stipple it with the brush, and that will make sure that's coated. So there's not a heck of a lot to this. I'm not going to keep filming because it's kind of boring, but you get the idea. So Rust-Oleum Rusty Metal Primer. If this had been completely virgin metal, completely clean, I would have used the regular primer. They also have one specifically for aluminum, so if there's any aluminum parts, you can use that on that. So that's pretty much it. Just going to finish this up. We will also have to do the front side of the legs as I painted the inside the last time, but I did not do the front, so I will do that as well. And next episode we will either have to do a few little repairs on the motor, so I may do that, or I may continue painting this and trying to get this ready to put back together. Can't really put anything back together until these castings are painted, so probably we'll do the paint next. Anyway, thanks for watching, as always. I appreciate you joining in, and thanks for subscribing and liking. And if you know anybody that's interested in the channel, we desperately need viewers. So thanks a lot. Take care.